Ashley Young had a lot to say, to Sky Sports News 2 days ago, um, about Ruben Amorim, and frankly, it felt a little contradictory. Basically, but like, we understand that Man United have had the worst season in the Premier League history. I mean, for Manchester United in the Premier League era and all of that, but for ex-players like Ashley Young to come out and say stuff about managers or about the manager of Manchester United, despite the fact that he only had 3/4 of a season, was a bit of like something that we had to think about. So this is more of a reaction to what Ashley Young had to say, and we're going to break it down. Young starts by admitting what most people already know about Ruben Amorim since when he joined Manchester United. Like, he joined Manchester United somewhat in the middle of the season, and that was not easy, according to what he said. That's not easy. Integrating into a club the size of United with high expectations, under media pressure, and also during a turbulent campaign. That's actually a tall order for any manager whatsoever. But then Young quickly shifts gears, saying that Amorim now has no more excuses. According to him, this is the season to deliver, right? And he says now it's now or never. So that's my question. Like, okay, we're gonna break it down into details as to what he said, but him saying now or never is something like you have to think about. You have to ask yourself a question: for what reason, right? He said it's now or never for the Portuguese manager. But what are we thinking about? What are we saying? What is he saying? You can't say the timing of his arrival was difficult. Acknowledge that he inherited a broken dressing room, limited squad, changed the entire style of play and the culture, try to change the culture of the squad, and then and kind of like something that seemed more of a confused playing identity, and then in the next breath insist that all or nothing just a few months later. I mean, that's not how rebuilds work. That's one thing we have to, say to be able to counter that Ashley Young comment. That's not how rebuilds work. Let's not forget, Amorim hasn't even had a full transfer window yet. This happens to be his first transfer window, and it hasn't gone really well as people expected it to go, but it is his first transfer window, and let us have that at the back of our mind. Young also points out that Amorim needs to set a marker this preseason. His best 11, his go-to formation, his tactical style, fair enough. But he also admits that we don't know how many windows it'll take, Amorim to build his squad, right? So, if that's the case, why is it now or never? That's a question. Surely from me to Ashley Young, why is it now or never if that's the case? United fans, although recently have shown a high level of impatience, taking the blame away, no doubt, from Ruben Amorim and putting the blame on the owners. But also, we should not forget that Ruben Amorim also has a role to play. He has not come out and unequivocally complain. He has not come out to say, this is what I need, this is what I need. Maybe a bit more like what someone like, who would I say now? Maybe Antonio Conte did in his time at Tottenham, or Mourinho did in his time, at Tottenham as well, and then Ralph Ragnick did in his time at Man United. He hasn't come out unequivocally to say, this is what I need, but he's thrown subtle jabs and also kind of said everything he has said with all honesty. And United fans, albeit impatient, understand that a proper rebuild is on the way right now. And this isn't just a quick fix. Amorim has already shown signs of tactical structure, discipline, and a clear plan. I mean, the club brought him in with a long-term vision in mind, not a short-term reaction or short-term fix. Ashley Young may be echoing what some pundits feel: impatience, anxiety, urgency. But in reality, Amorim needs support, not ultimatums. Not ultimatums. Now, the preseason will be an important one for Ruben Amorim, and Amorim has no European distractions, a clean slate, and time on the training ground. But let's not pretend that if he doesn't win the league or probably finish top two or in the top four, that he failed. Basically, we could probably see this season as a season of progress. And maybe to cap it all up, we will expect that maybe we win one of the domestic trophies. If we win one of the domestic trophies, then it will be more like a season of progress and phase one of the project, right? So for Ruben Amorim, for Ashley Young to be saying this about Ruben Amorim, it's actually setting him up to fall before he even properly gets started or properly stands, So, yeah, this is kind of heaping pressure on Ruben Amorim, and this is actually what the media wants. And they got someone who basically has a bone to pick with Man United, and he had to say what he had to say. And the truth is, yes, he has not said anything bad about what has happened at Man United, but he has actually already, within the same breath, contradicted himself. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Is the pressure fair, or is Ashley Young just jumping the gun ahead of time? I mean, the manager is just literally about to have his first full season at Man United. I've seen rival fans like DR Sports and Robbie of AFTV say that Amorim is a fraud. I've seen that, but he's also forgotten that there's been a fraud sitting in his backyard for a really, really long time. And that fraud has been there for going to 6 years now without any trophy to show for it. Any trophy that he won with a team that he built by himself, right? Then you have Man United, who have been to 5 finals in the last 5 years. And then someone is calling Ruben Amorim a fraud. Even in his not even in his full season, first half season at the club, he got to a final. So let's know what we're thinking and know what we're saying, innit? So it is what it is. We have to keep building. We have to keep being positive. So thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And let me know your thoughts and feelings about this Ashley Young's comments. I have no ill feelings against him. Some United fans don't like him because of his attitude and the way he carried himself as the captain of Manchester United at some point. But it is what it is. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Take care. Goodbye, and God bless.